Right, as I said in video for Christmas, we've been very kindly given this Case Puma 260 to have a go in from Farmstar. So, and I'm going to do a little bit of a review on it, my own personal review. So obviously everybody's different, but anyway, I'll have a walk around the outside of it. Have a look first. Yeah, with the engine, it's Case Puma 260. It's rated at speed 260 horsepower. When its lugs are pulled back to 1800 revs, it's about 280 horsepower, but then boost kicks in for PTO work above a certain speed, maybe 1.5k, and 300 for transport horsepower. So yeah, all good. So it's a Fiat powertrain engine, which is a good engine, very solid. Yeah, so yeah, we'll start at the front anyway and go around now. Yeah, it's got the obligatory daytime running lights on it, which is good, or full LEDs. Yeah, it looks very nice from the front end. Aggressive stance, nearly a face on it if you look at it like that with two eyes. Yeah, it's fitted with a front linkage, this particular one. It's got a good spec on it. Obviously, it's got front axle suspension and everything. On the front end, you've got one set of spools on it to the front end, your trailer socket. It's got a power socket. Yeah, I assume you can get a return line fitted. It's not on, but yeah, that's all good. And you've got your diesel tank and a blue tank there. One nice little feature I did like about it. Got a big toolbox in here. Hang on, let me get into it. Yeah, there we go. Hang on, pull it out. Yeah, it's got a full cantilever toolbox in there, that's a really nice feature. Yeah, so all your tools. Then below, a little cubby hole, and that's got a water bottle in it for putting hand washing water in it. It's got a little tap on there so you can wash your hands if you get greasy. It's very good. I like that. Get it shut now. Maybe me. That's better. I got it shut, needed two hands. That button actually got stuck in when we be out. And then, yeah, you've got another toolbox up here for your balls and that, which is all good. Yeah, high up on the steps. Fuel tank capacity, about 480 litres. And then you've got your AdBlue tank, which I don't know, is about 50, I believe, I think. Yeah. It's got the wider cab on it, which has been fitted now to, I think, all the Case Puma models. It's nice and wide, but we'll see that when we get in the cab. But yeah, it's on 710 tyres, with 42s at the back. It's got all the work lights on at the top, obviously LEDs. And it's got your rear fender controls. Obviously you've got your PTO there. Your revs, auto revving, stop start, say if you're on a slurry tank or something. And then you've got spool valves in and out and your linkage. But I believe these are configurable. You can either operate, you can set them to either tip a trailer if you want them in a normal spool valve, or set for your top link, because it's got hydraulic top link on, of course. So yeah, that's a nice feature. Air brakes, obviously, but they're at an angle for pushing your pipe on, that's good, all well and good. Yeah, spool valves, quick release couplers. Yeah, fairly close to your top link they are though on the inside, so I don't know how that works on. Yeah, very close really. When you look at them, they ought to be a bit wider, but yeah, maybe only a minor issue that. All your normal load sensing ports and everything on it. Yeah, it's got load sensing. Returns, and this one actually is fitted with optional hydraulic stabilizers. So yeah, it's another nice new touch. You can operate from the cab suspension, hydraulic cab suspension. Yeah, all looks good. I think there's 4 PTO options: 540, 1000, 540 economy and 1000 economy, which is all good stuff. Nice meaty lift arms on it. I'm not sure quite what the lift capacity is, whether it's 9.5 ton or a bit more, I'm not sure. but I'm sure it's fairly good. Yeah, got bar axles on this particular one, which I think they do maybe on this. Yeah, adjustable wing mirrors up there, so you see out them. And we have another nice easy access to the battery boxes in there, so yeah, it gives you good access. Another little storage compartment, well no, maybe not storage compartment, but anyway, you've got access to the batteries easy in that for any maintenance and disconnecting them. Checker plate there to climb on, clean your windows. Yeah, nice looking tractor, all good. Anyway, one thing you'll notice about the case Puma is keyless fob. It's like on a car, you can lock the cab door and unlock it from the fob. Also, it's keyless stop start, so all you got to do is press the button, foot on the clutch, and she's away. She's starting up, everything's booting up. Right, we've got to hitch onto this trailer. First impressions, looking out there, visibility isn't good straight out back of the cab. So I guess that's why they put this mirror on, so you can see where the pitch is and I want to go. Lever for which is there, as we found. There the lift control, I've lifted it right up, and yeah, on the screen here for your pickup pitch you have a separate button for retract and extend, which is all good because it doesn't tie a external spool valve up. So yeah, actually the buttons are the wrong way around. Why it's plumbed up that way, I don't know. That's bringing it in. Visibility though, yeah, that's a bad point on this. No, we'll get back to it. Yeah, we've got the picture using the mirror. That was hard, to be honest with me, because it's like a reverse image. You've got to go the opposite way to what you think you're doing. That in. Pressing the retract. There we go, locked in. Yeah, nice feature. When you go into reverse, your work lights come on. So it's handy when you're backing up in a dark shed. It's a nice touch. Yeah, 520, everything good. The only thing I didn't like really was putting the trailer socket. It's right up there, which is a full stretch. Which it just takes a bit of negotiating, getting your hands around and that. But yeah, you get used to it. Been better down here on the right hand side, left hand side, lower down, my opinion. Yeah. Anyway, we're all hitched on. We're going to fetch a load of barley from another shed, corn shed, another yard now with it. I'll have a bit of a look around the cab now and just show you basically what the controls are and what everything does. I'll just turn the camera around. So on the A pillar you've got all your digital display of your critical readouts for fuel, blue, oil, no, water temperature, sorry, air pressure. And then lower down that indicates park, or if you're in reverse, an auto trailer brakes are on. It locks them on when you're in park if you've got a trailer on. And then on this you've got like 3 set cruise speeds, F3, F2 and F1, and they're set at them. To alternate between them 3 speeds, I'll show you that in a minute, but yeah, we'll just carry on. That's your linkage percentage, what's there. Then we've got what PTO you're in. We're in 1000 auto, and the hitch slip limit is set at 97%, which is a bit high really. You'd be at a standstill by then. obviously your engine revs, and then your forward speed. Yeah, going back to your 3 cruise speed settings, they're there, and they're altered on this multifunctional joystick. All you do is flick that down, come down one. So up, down, simple as that. Flick them down, up, yeah, and you can do that on the move, not a problem. And then if you want to fine tune them, we'll say we'll come down to that one, or F1, so say, to fine tune it, you've got a little scrolling button under here, which as you turn it, increases the speed. As you can see, it's going down. I'll go back up now. So that's a handy feature to fine tune your cruise settings. Yeah, but unlike other things, this drive stick, well, it's a controller, what they call a multi-controller, but to get it to go faster forward, you push it forward. So if it's flat out forward there, it's flat out on one of your cruise speeds. So in the field, if you want to slow it up a bit, you, without altering your cruise speeds, you just bring that back a bit. Simple as that. Also, on the multi-controller, you've got your direction of travel, forward, reverse. You've got your auto steering gauge button, and then a cluster of valves, which they can be pre-assigned. They can do anything. You can set them, if you had a sprayer on, to isobus slide. They are linked, so you can assign them to do anything, either spools or whatever, or on an implement. And then you've got spool valves here, 2 spool valves, but they can be assigned as well, I believe. And then you've got your rock switches there, which is linkage arms down, linkage arms up. So yeah, and there's a little button on there that activates your headland management sequence by pressing that. So yeah, we'll maybe have a look at that later, or quickly explain how it's done. Then you've got your colour-coded spool valves here, which corresponds to the colour at the back of the cab, so which is all good. But I can't get my head round. I plugged into for tipping, green and yellow for opening the tailgate, and to me they should be on this side. Now whether you can turn them around, assign them, I don't know, but yeah, I'll have to think about it, look at that one. But I know when you go to remotes, number 1 is red, 2, 3 and 4, so that would be counting, that would be like counting across. So maybe you can't alter them, I don't know about that. And then you've got another little handy joystick here, which you've also got direction of travel on, and plus or minus. Yeah, that alters your cruises as well, so yeah, that's good. Yeah, if you want to use that. Also, you've got 2 assignable buttons there, which will be isobus compatible for doing on the isobus. So yeah, that's all well and good, that. And then down onto here, we've got revs per minute, 2 settings for higher and lower settings of revs. That sets the aggressiveness of your gearbox, how it takes up, so 1, 2 or 3. So got it on 1 at the minute. That's your hand throttle. Down, don't use them a lot nowadays. And that's a slider to limit how much it revs. Or the end, sorry, no, I forget it right. I think that limits where the engine droop is when it's pulling hard. So when it revs stayer comes down. But I've been told you don't hardly use that, so I've not really explained that one very well because I'm not really familiar with it. Yeah, as I say, that's, you've got your cruise speeds up there, so if you're in 56k you can drive it on the foot pedal, so you just put your foot down and go, and that will accelerate up to whatever speed you've got set on your cruises, which is all nice and simple, very good for road work, and you don't have to press a button to alternate between using your pedal and using your joystick. So that's all good, that. Then you've your PTO on and off all along here, of changing different shafts. No, sorry, that's your PTO button for switching your PTO on and off, and that's for setting it to auto for setting on and off with your linkage arm percentage, so it's all good. These are for changing speeds on your machine. Then what's a nice touch under here is of all your linkage controls. So you've got your setting for draft, or hang on, we'll get this right in a minute, spool valves. So that's your front linkage setting hitch. That's your flow rates on your spools. That's your flow rate on your spools, and that's whichever spool you've got selected. It sets the flow rate for. On this one, that's for setting all your settings for drop height, max MIF light, and your slip control coming in, and various sensitivities, and that's for draft and position control. And then all you do is toggle them on this main home button. So that's all. You just alter that to alter things. So if I go to home, so if I go down there, we're on rear hitch limit. So on that hitch limit, so we can just twist hitch raise. Yeah, anyway, that's how you adjust it. And then you've got your phone on there, your aircon, music, spools, and that's like a scrolling button. So there you are, we're on hitch now. So that's for setting that one. That's for your auto climate control. Switched on, set temperature. Sorry, I'm scrolling on that. We'll set temperature. So we've got an auto now, fan speed 41%. That's gone off now. So anyway, we'll come onto that screen. But this is your main information screen. So if we go back on that home, that's how it's set up basically. It's got a little camera, nice touch. That's on your front of your bonnet, looking out. What else we got? Yeah, that temperature set, that's, yeah, I'm getting, that is set by this one, pressing the button, and then we can set it to temperature, but then I want to have the H on it. So set that again, see if it can. So I'm trying to dial it in, but I can't. This is not knowing what you're doing basically. That's gone on that screen, but I don't want that. Yeah, then we've got your pickle pitch and hydraulic top link on here, and you touch them to make them work. Good really, because it doesn't tie a remote spool valve up. They're all tapped into the system, so you use them buttons. So that's, otherwise you'd be tying two spool valves up. With that and that one, you just tap them and it extends or retracts your top link or your pickle pitch. All very good. Work lights, you've got memory 1 and 2 on there. So 2 settings for different combinations of work lights. Then you've got your engine braking, which is auto, manual and off, which is on auto at the minute, which suits. And you've got all your GPS and little information settings. And along here you've got different run pages, like if we want to go on the remotes to alter anything, we can just tap into it. Or we can't. So I assume you have to go back onto this one. So if we go on, oh that's it, if we go on that one, then you've got your remotes here to do. Retract time tag, that's on remote 1. Anyway, we'll have a look at that a bit later. The hitch settings on your screen, what they're all set at, 100% lift. Your rear one set at 96 at the minute because I just loaded it, I have to put in the trailer on. your slip limit, which is set at 25%, which you can alter by sliding it, which is all good stuff. Yeah, looking straightforward. Now you've got your data screen for recording what all your fuel used in work and everything is, wheel slips, engine power, time in work. Just needs time. You need time just to get you to look at it and get it all sorted out working. And I must admit, I haven't used it really because it's been wet, so we haven't had a full good workout with it. But you soon get used to it. And GPS, that's good. Split screen like that. You can either have it that, and it's good. I like how you can pinch it and twist it round. You can move it to where you want. So if you're coming across a headroom boundary, you can see where it is to jack up, touch it. So yeah, that's all well and good. That's on that. That go full screen. Yeah, I like the display, a bit like Farming Simulator, really. Yeah, you've got all your different errors and knock it across, nudging, steering aggressiveness, and everything. And then on the other side of your screen, engine power, slip, just a default setting what you've got, what the setup, like that. And you've got your Isobus page, as if you was running a sprayer or a spreader on it, you'd all be there. So yeah, that's good. And that's for your Isobus with your sprayer or spreader, and you can run a GPS screen at the side of it, so that's quite good, that. So you can run two displays. Yeah, anyway, we're just having a bit of a play, so we'll get used to it. Do a bit more, have a look around a bit later. Also, you've got these row of buttons along here, which they're all configurable as well for Isobus. Yeah, just takes a bit getting used to, but once everything's got used to it, yeah, it looks quite a nice layout, really. But yeah, if there's any case drivers out there and you've got any comments, please let us know in the box below. I'd love to see what you think of your case. They've certainly come on a lot in the last few years. Yeah, I mean, the quality of the trim, it's all a good plastic, and yeah, nicely done out. Yeah, and just completing the cab tour, and we go up there, we've got the steering switch to lock it in, to put it in, engage it. Then you've got your lights up here and your flashing lights, trailer braking, you've got your heater controls, and it's on ready to auto. It's got climate control, obviously, your wing mirrors. Yeah, and probably most importantly, you've got your radio up there, so everything's to hand. There's a spare slot there for putting stuff in, or maybe a two-way radio or CB. Yeah, not bad at all. I've got a little there we go, I've got a sunroof up there, which is good. Some people like sunroofs. Yeah, all well and good. Wide angle mirrors, electrically controlled. What you do notice about the cab on this Puma compared with the old ones, it's wider. It's certainly a lot more room in it. I've driven a Puma, an older 240 once, and yeah, there's certainly more room in these cabs, which is a plus point. Extremely quiet in the cab, which has always been a good trait of New Hollands and in the case cab, which they share the same shell, but fitted out a bit different. And yeah, just on the road with it at the minute, and yeah, it's extremely quiet. Gearbox is smooth and yeah, effortlessly, like you'd expect. Good gearbox. With having them, it's yeah, it's ZF gear. No, it's made, but actually it's made by New Holland in their own factory in Antwerp, Belgium. And it's seamless, but it's actually got uses double clutch technology, I believe, and it's the same as like a Formula 1 car. It changes gears through the range. It's got 4 main clutch packs in it, as I understand, and yeah, it's been on the go for a few years now, so yeah, good gearbox. Yeah, no trouble as I know of anyway in them. But yeah, we're flat out now up the road, and you can see noise levels are extremely low. Here's I'm talking, and I'm got the radio on, but yeah. little point I didn't show you when we're looking around the back end of the tractor. You can actually alter this pin from here. There's another hole there, as you can see, and that alters it from cap 3 where it is at the minute to cap 2. That's a good idea, taken from Fent I would have thought, because they're the only person who did it. But yeah, the others are catching up now. But that is a really good feature, because in the days gone by, if you remember, all we used to have on the old tractors was check chains there, and we'd have a bit of baler band going across between the arms, or a plastic strap to hold them at the right distance. So yeah, anything that can fix the distance of the arms at a fixed place without baler band is a good plus feature in my eyes anyway. Well, that's an interesting fuel saving feature. When you get out the seat and leave the cab, engine idle drops to 650, or when you're not using it. But as soon as you get back in it, sit on the seat, we're up to 850, ready for action. Nice little fuel saving feature. Yeah, just looking at how manoeuvrable it is. Yeah, for a tractor this size, on this size tyres, yeah, it's quite manoeuvrable. Yeah, not bad at all. And one final thing, we'll put it on the weighbridge. See what it weighs. Bare weight. It's got no front end weight on. It's got some base wheel weights on, one at either side. So we'll see. Yeah, 10 ton, 10,880 kilos. Just thought I'd look at the wheel weights, the base ones, what are on, and when I weighed it, yeah, they're 250 kilograms a piece, so that's another half a ton off, so that puts it at, what, 10 ton 300, which, yeah, is just only nicely over half a ton more than the 724s, so yeah, it's not bad that end, not for a tractor this size anyway, when you think it's in the 300 horsepower category, 280, 300 horsepower. Right, we're just heading down the farm tracks with the case. We're going to give it, we're going to go move some mushroom compost, so we'll get a better feel for it than that bit of barley down the road. See how comfy it is down the track with its cab suspension and front axle suspension. So yeah, I don't know what pressure there is in the tyres, I'll be honest. So it might reflect in the ride quality depending if they're a bit hard. A very important part of any tractor is the radio, which is easily accessible either by up there or from the screen, which is even easier. And there's a shortcut key down here, music, press that and it brings your radio screen up. Yep, nice touch that. As you'd expect, it's a bit smoother ride when we're fully loaded. Now we've got a good load on, as you can see behind. Yeah, the cab suspension's working well, and the front axle suspension. I mean, our track's out really rough, but yeah, it's not too bad a ride. But as I said earlier, you maybe want the tyres letting down a bit more if you was just doing this sort of job. One little nice feature I've just found out about while having a play is that these two buttons here, I thought, well, looking at them, I wonder what they do, but you can lift up your arms up and down with them manually, just pressing them. So that's good, that. So you don't have to rotate your rockers if you was unhitching on a trailer. That'd be good, that. Yeah, so another good plus mark, that. One nice feature on the tractor is on the steering. When you're on the road, it self-centers, which is good, you know, like a car, slip through your fingers. But obviously maybe in a field, when you're steering, you don't want that to happen, so you let go of the steering wheel. So when you activate the steering, it keeps it just where you left it. So that's a nice touch on it. This button here is another way of selecting between the screen on going through all the remotes, hitch and data. You just scroll it across and it alters it, so you can get to what page you want by that if you choose to. So yeah, all interesting stuff. And also when you've touched this switch, you can you press it in the middle and it brings up either spool, and then you can rotate it to whatever you want to set, alter settings. So if I select that now, there we are, we're on hit front, so I'll press it again, and you've got your front hitch, lower limits and rate, upper limits, raise, drop rate, everything. You just scroll on them and click on them, and then it brings up your page what you want. Fairly intuitive stuff, so yeah, a good way of doing it really. Yeah, we're on the auto PTO engagement, or we was. Yeah, so that's on that, so we'll press that again. Now we're on rear engage, disengage, so you can set your upper limits and lower limits for when your PTO wants to engage when it's on auto. So yeah, that's all good stuff, that. So yeah, fairly well, it's well thought out, that. Obviously I'm just getting my head round it all, because after you've driven a different make of tractor, it just takes a while to get going. But yeah, it all seems pretty straightforward as you're doing it. And then yeah, you can touch them tabs at the side and scroll up and down the same. So yeah, it's all looking good, and it's a very nice clear display, which is good. It's largely improved on the old one, which now it's a lot bigger. Yeah, if you don't know what things do, like this throttle switch, you just look on there and there's a question mark there, so press on it and there it tells you what it'll do. So that's a big help, that, because I don't really understand it, but I'm understanding it now I've read that. So yeah, full marks for that. Of course the tractor comes complete, well this one does, with the GPS. It's only on Agnos at the minute, but it can be fitted with any accuracy you want. Go to RTK. I haven't had a chance to check it out, but yeah, I'm sure it's as good as any of the others on the market. All uses proven technology. Well, that's the last load of mushroom compost tipped, and yeah, that brings to an end our trial really of this Case Puma 260 CVX. Yeah, we've only had a day and a half really on mushroom compost leading, and as I said before, we haven't done no land work with it, but yeah, it's been good to get a feel of it, and our likes and dislikes of it. Yeah, it's not a bad tractor overall. Yeah, it's got its good points, but like all the tractors, it's got its bad points. And if only the manufacturers could make one tractor out of all the good points of every tractor, they'd be onto a winner. That is a fact. But yeah, life isn't that simple. But anyway, yeah, I'd just like to say thank you very much to Farmstar and Sam Forbit especially for letting us try this tractor. It's been a good experience. Thank you very much. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please hit that like, share and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.